Hey, good afternoon, fam. Good afternoon. Hope all is well with everybody. Hope all is well with everybody. Listen, I'm gonna keep this one real nice and short today because I'm enjoying my nature walk. Let me swing this around for you guys. How you doing? All right, enjoying my nature walk right now. Right. Listen, this is outside. This is my new outside. The title of this video today is going to be Don't Go Outside. The title of this video for today is going to be Don't Go Outside. If you want to save money in 2026, don't go outside, right? I think the past couple of weeks or so, a lot of my activity in reference to appointments with clients have been from the house, Zoom, telesales, things like that, right? Besides for maybe a handful, right? And I realized how much I saved in gas. I realized how much I saved in eating out, right? Right? And I'm like, hold up. And then the past month or so, I haven't been outside like that lately. Outside meaning like, I like to do lounges. I like music. I like going to the clubs and stuff like that, right? Because that's just my thing. That's my release time. That's a time for me to, because I work hard, right? And I will go there, and I'm factoring, well, because I usually park in the garage in the VIP section because of the type of vehicle that I have. That's number one. So you're talking about parking. We're talking about probably a good $50 with parking, right? All right, cool. How you doing? Then let's say gas, because I like to go into DC when I go out. So for me to DC is gonna be, and then back, most of the time I'm probably gonna need to fill up the tank, right? So that's gas, and then to get in might be $20, and then you tip in the valet, and then you buying drinks while you're in there. Easily, almost a $200 night, and that's usually every weekend or every other weekend. Either way you look at it, it's another bill. Any way you look at it, it's another bill. And I haven't been there in like a month. And I'm like, man, okay. So this might be the new thing in 2026. It's pretty much don't go outside. If you want to save, because I'm looking on social media and I'm hearing people crying about everything, groceries, gas, this, whatever. But what I realized they don't cry about though is them happy hours. They don't cry about that. Okay? They don't cry about those brunches that they go to, right? They don't cry about that. If most of these people take out their receipts and see how much they're spending on these other activities. Like I have a homegirl who never sits down. I don't even know where she's getting the money from. Okay, she claimed she know people here and there, whatever like that. There's not that much people in the world. I'm sorry. You're paying something. Right? So, but these are the same people who you talk to them about retirement planning, and they'll tell you, oh, I don't have money for that right now. I give back to that later. And they end up like these people who are sending in emails every day to advisors asking them what they can do now that they're 60 and how they don't have any hope because I'm 60 years old and I live recklessly and now I can only live on Social Security. And obviously we all know no matter which part of the world you live in America, Social Security is not going to be enough for you to live off of. It's impossible. So if you're watching this and you're one of these socialites or these people who like to be outside all the time and spending money and popping bottles and buying tables and all these things. If you want to save money in 2026, I would just say, don't go outside. If you're gonna go outside, do something like this. Nature walk. Number one, it's peaceful, it's stress relieving, it's good for your health. And number two, it's good for your bank account. Okay? Okay? Do not go outside in 2026. I'm sorry. It's no longer worth it. The drinks are expensive. Okay? The club is expensive to get into. By time, and I don't know, some of y'all pay for parking. You know, the garage that I go to is usually always packed. So somebody's paying for parking. Okay? So I know most of y'all pay for parking. Okay? So that's expensive there. Y'all put gas in your car. All these things. And you're doing this weekly. This particular lounge that I go to, you see the same faces every single time. So I can go 2 months to this spot. I can go 2 months without going to the spot. And if I come back 2 months later, I will see the same faces there, which tells me they have to be regulars. I could go a whole year without going to this spot. And if I come back, I'm telling you, those faces will be there. You are a regular. Okay? So, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, well, if they're here every weekend, I mean, it has to be some kind of coincidence. I doubt it. I know these people are regulars. Okay? So if you're here every weekend and you're paying for garage, you're paying to get in, you're paying for drinks. If you're a guy, you're probably buying females drinks. Yo. And then they sit here and tell you they don't have money for retirement. I'm pretty sure 90% of those people, probably 99% of the people inside that lounge, I'm sure if something happens in that lounge and they're all no longer here, only 1% of the people in that lounge probably had life insurance. Okay, because a lot of people are walking around here without any life insurance. But they got money, they got $200 a weekend. Okay? Sometimes, shoot, it might be twice. It might be a Friday night and a Saturday night. Or Friday night and a Sunday night. So you're talking about $300 a weekend, $350 a weekend that you might end up spending, right? But this same people will start to cry 20 years later when they're in their mid-50s and their 60s that they don't have any retirement and the government should do this and the government should do that. Let me tell you something. I posted a video yesterday, and that video, it says, the cavalry ain't coming. Nobody is coming to save you any longer in America. Pension plan is gone. If you're watching this and you are 30 plus, you are not getting Social Security. Forget about it. So if you don't have any kind of savings, I don't know what you're gonna do. If you don't have any kind of savings, I don't know what you are going to do. But guess what though? You live your best life. Okay? Okay? You wore the baddest outfit. Okay? You had the Gucci's, the Louis, all the finest thing. Okay? You ate at all the newest restaurant and posted it on IG. Right? You posted all your foods every weekend. How you doing? Right? You posted everything you ate every time you go out to eat at the newest restaurant. Right? Listen. Again, this is not meant to be a long one. It's just meant to enlighten probably 10% of the people who are watching this. Because I'm sure by the time I got to the 2-minute mark, a lot of people logged off. When it comes to investing and retirement planning and life insurance and long-term care, things that's really going to save your life, people tune out instantly. Hence the reason why 10% of the people have all the money. This is not rocket science. If you post a video that has to do with retirement, savings, things that have to do with discipline, right? 99% of people will tune out right away. But there'll be that 1% that want to learn how to save, how to grow their money, how to protect their family, how to leave a legacy. And those are the ones who end up making the money. Those are the ones who end up retiring well and passing on legacy. Okay? So when we sit here and wonder and get mad at the 10% for doing the right thing, it's not their fault. Okay? 10% of the people are where they are in life because they've made decisions that involve discipline that most people don't want to make. I'm sorry. Facts are facts. I'm sorry. Facts are facts. And you can't get mad at them. You can't get mad at the person who chose to not go outside and save. You can't get mad at the person who chose to not travel 4 or 5 times a year. And now by the time they're 60 years old, they have $1.8, $2 million saved up. Now they could retire while you're still going to work until you're 80. You can't get mad at that person. I don't, like, you know, why? Why? If I choose to say, hey, listen, I'm no longer buying any designer anything. I'm no longer eating out. I'm cooking in the house. You don't like it or you don't like it. It's up to you. You don't have to deal with me, right? And I'm stacking up. Now I'm 55 years old, walking out every single day to my porch with my coffee and watching all of y'all go to work. Watching all of y'all go to work because I choose to say, you know what? I'm not living that life anymore. I'm no longer blowing money because most of us in America, make pretty good income. Okay? Let's not get it twisted. Most of us in America make pretty good income. What we do with it is another question. What we do with the money that's given to us or that we're making is another question. So, I personally believe if you're 30 years old right now and you're watching this, you don't have to work till you're 70. That's crazy talk. If you're 40 years old right now, you don't have to work until you're 70. You can literally put a plan together that the next 15 years, you can retire and stop working. But the problem with doing that though is it involves you letting go of things that makes you feel good. It involves letting go of instant gratification. As a matter of fact, I would say if some of y'all disconnect from IG, it will save your life. Because IG, out of all the platforms, is the one that a lot of people go to and see all these fake people acting like they're living this grand life that is not true, that now make you feel as though that you're not living. And then you go break the bank because you feel as though that everybody's living this grandiose life and some way, somehow, you're being left behind. And then your discipline just goes out the window. If you get rid of IG, I'm almost willing to bet damn near 40 to 50% of the people will start to stack bread. Okay? IG make you feel like you're a loser. It does. It makes you feel like you're not doing nothing great in life. And 90% of those people who are on IG are all fake. I ran across a few of them on the streets. They talk big talk on the IG. They dress nice and fancy on the IG. And I see them on the street and what they're driving. Right? I've been to a few of their homes. They have a studio apartment. But then when they go on IG, they put on the bling. Okay? Shoot, there was one young lady who I ran across. on Facebook a couple of years ago, talk all this big talk. And I ran across her and she came out the car and I'm like, so I didn't know it was her at first. And I called her name and she looked at me so that I knew that was her, right? And I was like, hey, I'm gonna go in here, pick up my food, I'm gonna come back out and holler at you, right? By the time I came back out, she had zoomed off because I think at that moment she got embarrassed. Because from the way she talked online and what she pulled up in, that's two different stories. It's two different stories. So listen, if you're watching this and you're living your life based on these false people, instead of doing what's best for you, you're living your life based on these people who are taking pictures on yachts that's not theirs. You're living your life based on these people who pretend like they're in first class and all they did was be nice to the captain and the captain gave them 5 minutes of shine time to take a video or take some pictures on in first class, because there've been a couple of people who have been uncovered is the word doing that, right? There was a gentleman who actually is a multi-millionaire and he rents out his private jet to some of these folks. He ain't dropped no names but he said on the average he gets between 10 to 20 IG people that rents out his private jet to post like they're doing work as they're flying to where they're flying or whatever. Oh God, it's crazy. This world is crazy. This world is crazy. So listen, man, I'm gonna close out with this. I'm gonna say this: if you are intentional in 2026 about doing things a little bit different, if your finances is important to you, I would suggest spending more time in the house in 2026. It's a day over there looking right at me. Let me show you guys something. You see him? It's a big one too. Let me get the heck up, ram me or something, right? If you are intentional about doing better in 2026, if you are intentional about saving money, having your ducks in a row, having life insurance, long-term care for, God forbid, some kind of health situation happen to you, right? Planning for your retirement with a goal and say, hey, I want to retire at 50 instead of 75. You know what I'm saying? I want to retire at 55 instead of 80. Okay? If you're intentional, I would suggest next year spend less time outside, because once you step outside, money just flies out your pocket. Once you step outside, money just flies out your pocket. And I think America is designed that way. You step outside, you have to buy gas for sure. Then you step outside. Have you ever noticed you go to the grocery store with intention of buying one or two things and then you come out with a cart? I think these stores are designed to direct your mind into spending something. I'm sorry. Nobody I know of can ever go outside and come back home and not spend any money. It's not gonna happen. So now I'm not saying spend 100% of your 2026 being locked up in the house. No. All I'm suggesting is minimizing the amount of time you spend outside, going clubbing, traveling, happy hour, lounges, and just test it out. Test it out and see how much you end up saving. See how healthier your bank account look. See how healthier. Like every day when I log into my deferred comp plan, or even look into my IUR, and I'm just smiling. Listen, it's a guy who I follow. You guys may know him. His name is Grant Cardone, and this is one of the greatest things I learned from this guy. And he said, he has saved up to $1 million in his retirement plan at one time, right? And he's like, Well, he said savings account. I think it's savings account. He saved up to like $1 million in a savings account, and he's like, and even to today, that money has grown. But in his mind, that account doesn't exist to him. He was like, literally, somebody has to be dying. Somebody has to need a liver, and it better be him or an immediate family, which means spouse or kids, before he even go in there and get any $1 out. That is a type of discipline that you're gonna need if you wanna be financially successful. And if y'all don't know who Grant Cardone is, I believe it's almost worth $1 billion now, right? Because a lot of us, we have these 401ks, we have these IRAs and our savings, and then, how you doing? And then we have like a little bit of money in there, and we want to pull it out to do this and to do that. You're not gonna gain headway moving like that, okay? I believe Grant Cardone also said, listen to this. He said that he didn't take his first full vacation, which means a vacation that he went to a really nice place, until he actually hit $1 million in his bank account. Yeah, okay? He said at that point, and I think maybe me hearing that from him years ago is the reason why I behaved the way I behave now, okay? Because that stuck with me. All of us out here traveling and doing all these things, and we have bills and expenses and life issues, and we're not financially secure. We have a lot of things going on in our life, but then we're going out and balling and going to these trips like everything's okay. And most of the people that come back from this trip are having financial difficulties because they actually how you doing? They actually are using their credit cards. They're using their credit cards to fund these trips. So they go out there and they have a good time, they ball out, and then they come back and they're in debt. Right? So I just want to take a moment just to share that with you guys today, because I think a lot of people, a mental shift or adjustment needs to be done, or else you're going to end up like, most of these people who are going into retirement or around the age of 55, 60 years old, and they have zero retirement income. Like, they have nothing saved up at all, and they realize they're going to have to work until the day that I want you to picture your mind. I want you to close your eyes and picture in your mind right now having to work until the day you die. I want you to picture right now you having to work until the day you die. That can't feel good. Some of y'all may need to talk to your aunties and your uncles and them and ask them how they feel in the morning after 60, getting up at 5 or 6 in the morning, having to rush to work. Ask them. Well, they're going to let you know. They got aches and pain, most of them. Most of them move a little bit slower. Stress level is high. Like, come on now. This ain't it. This ain't it. But this is what most people are heading towards in America right now. So listen, I said this wasn't going to be a long one, so I'm going to cut it short now. I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed rest of your weekend. If you don't have to go outside today, I suggest you don't do it. Save your money. Save your money. All right? So listen, I will talk to y'all. Hey, listen, this is your first time watching me. I want you to hit the subscribe button. If you like what you just heard, I want you to hit the like button for the algorithm and share with someone who you feel as though might need to hear this. Outside of that, you guys have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day. Talk to y'all soon.